always think.
You know, they because they watch more and more snooker. They realize snooker, you know, is a really good game. I think the good thing about snooker
a chance for a very big break here.
Tactics very good.
At the moment, he just wants to get.
So Chinese people, you know, the football is really
75, I guess, just to make it absolutely secure this frame. But there is a chance for a big break.
And snooker, you know, that's kind of.
Well, it's not a bad start, is it? 4 reds, 4 blacks.
Is it strange for you to be in contact with all these superstars all the time of snooker?
He's not quite straight enough on this red. He's got to be a little careful.
We see there, you know, a lot of egos, you know, very difficult to handle. How's
Beautiful.
your life dealing with all these snooker superstars?
I think the difference is like you living here.
Being
it's
one of
not
the
like
players that is in the illustrious group of players that compiled the maximum break. He made one in the 2007 Masters.
The normal thing like the normal English people. That's
Won't be thinking about that just yet because they're very awkwardly placed. He just wants to get a frame on the board.
Successful in snooker, but treat them like friends. I just always say to them, I say, if you need anything, rather than snooker, just
the only other 147 at that time in the Masters was Kirk Stevens all those years ago, wasn't it? The white suit.
For the first time, we took an excursion before play one morning up to the Great Wall of China.
Phil Yates is snooker correspondent for the Times.
Talking about Kirk, he's just won the Canadian Amateur Snooker Championship.
We actually got onto the wall there.
Probably still wearing that white suit as well.
It was a 10-foot by 5-foot table in the outdoors that obviously some of the shopkeepers and people around that area used to
favourite with the ladies.
Their time.
That's Kirk.
You know, snooker table right next to this iconic building or structure. Extraordinary, really. The scale and the number of snooker centres over there is mind-blowing. And it's said, and I wouldn't dispute this, that more people play snooker in China
playing
now
on the black
than all of the rest of the countries in the world put together.
My name is Willie. I studied in I have been in Sheffield for nearly 3 years now.
He's got reds on either side.
I came from China. My hometown.
What sort of shot has he got?
I
don't think he's absolutely perfect to get onto the black. So if he plays a screw shot, he could maybe get there.
And that's the same town where Ding is from. How famous is he in your hometown?
Oh, he is very famous in my hometown. He is
73.
Now, when is he going to play for that tricky little one along the cushion? Might be now.
Very popular star.
And I mean, have there been parades?
No, the frame is safe at the moment. Has he gone far enough this time? This might be a little bit short. I think he's got now. He's going to have to. Well, there's only 2 shots. He can screw back and leave a very difficult black, or he can try and just power the white through the reds. That's what he's attempting. Now he needs a lot of topspin to make sure he follows through. Well, he could glance off it, so played it well.
That was a beautiful shot, Dennis. Well, I agreed with you. I thought he was going to power it through. Played it with finesse. This was a really difficult shot because the keeper was coming quite close to the black.
Is there a lot of snooker on TV with Ding having made such an impact?
Well, there is a prize of £25,000 for a maximum break, and of course there's 5,000 for the highest break. So at the moment he's attempting to get himself £30,000. And at this stage, when you're sitting in that chair, you want the player to make the maximum.
People, you know, because you're Chinese and he's Chinese, there's more.
Set the cue ball clean there. He's worried about getting a bad contact again. These are the shots that can go wrong.
When I first heard Ding Junhui,
that's okay, because with the 2 reds plotted all to the left corner, anywhere up the table, he's got a shot. He's got 2 choices here of reds, depending on which angle he gets.
Ivan Hershevitz is head of press for the World
beautiful
Snooker
shot again.
Association.
96.
So we've just come through from the player dressing room. So probably just a minute before
97.
the match is actually due to start, the players will get a knock on the door from the tournament directors. They
Is now the time to play for the tough red along the cushion? I think so. He's got a good angle. He might get a better one if he tries to go around, but it looks as if he's attempting to play for the one near the pink.
The crowd a little bit.
He's gone far enough. Yes, he's played it well.
That was another great shot. I think most players would have played on the other red.
just about being able to go out there.
Maybe he sees the last red as the easier one of the two, because all he had to do was drop in behind it, but the fact is he played it very nicely. High was the key with the cue ball, high up the table.
Yeah, the blue's just in a slightly awkward position. He's got a few balls to pop before he gets to.
Snooker's been popular in China
to get onto the yellow.
The 80s when when Barry Hearn took a few of the players out there.
105.
It's really been, I would say,
That's pretty good, as long as he doesn't leave this red straight.
We went out there and stationed
give himself
in
a
Beijing.
Terrific
And
opportunity.
Ding Junhui, the Chinese prodigy, he won that tournament at the age of 18. He beat Stephen Hendry in the final there. And I was out there for that, and it's just the best tournament I've ever been to. The atmosphere was just unbelievable, and there was really a kind of feeling of this is the moment when the kind of.
That'll do. He's got the angle now. If this goes in, he's on the black, but he doesn't want to be straight on the black.
Over there has been year on year.
112.
We've seen viewing figures there of up to 100 million people watching Ding's matches on TV. Last year, Ding played Yang Wenbo in the first round here, and that was of huge interest in China. And so
Well done.
130.
Key shot coming up. As I said, the blue's slightly in the way. If he plays down the normal way, that's where he'd want to get the white somewhere near the circle. He's got to get it absolutely spot on.
Kind of a bit of a culture.
Now, is he going to come across the table, leave the yellow to the other corner?
Sheffield for 3 weeks.
That'll take the blue out of the equation. No, he's played into that position, and he's played it well.
Just one more thing to worry about here. Hopefully the blue won't get in the way when he plays on the green, because really he wants the cue ball somewhere where the blue is now. So he's got to be careful of that. He mustn't snooker himself on the green behind the blue. There's John. As Dennis said, really hoping he makes it.
Consumable
Just one more good shot, I think.
Are very ready to spend a lot of money to increase the awareness for their products in such a huge market.
Well done.
122.
You wouldn't need to work for 1,000 years. You know, that's what we're talking about. It's a massive, massive market.
Oh, he's overscrewed it.
125.
That's a little bit of tension.
There's a lot of regional stations.
He just had to bring it back a few inches. Now he's got to play quite a good shot, but
CCTV
he could still do it. He's got to go around a couple of cushions, though, I feel.
Get huge figures for snooker. And as such, that drives sponsorship revenue.
Instead of being straightforward, he's going to have to play probably round the angles there to get somewhere near the end of the line. Just with
now taking an awful lot.
He's got to be very precise with this.
Respond, seeing sponsors be prepared to back programs that carry.
129.
Still a bit to do yet, though. John smiling.
It's 8 minutes past 10 now. We're talking snooker on 5 Live Sports. Its top players have complained their sport is dying, but could Barry Hearn?
That's okay.
134.
That is okay. He's not gone too far, and it is natural to get through onto the black.
At the end of last year, Barry Hearn became chairman of the sports.
I don't blame him from walking away and having a little sip of water.
Since that
Just to
glorious
compose himself.
Taylor final a quarter of a century ago, snooker has been in slow decline in the UK. Hearn, also a successful boxing and darts promoter, has plans to wake the sleeping giant. Plans that include injecting some of the
Well played, Ding.
140. So why take on the job?
I had a spare day, nothing to do, you know. I don't know, it's very difficult to think because I didn't...
He made one last year at the Masters! The Chinese sensation Ding Junhui has done it again! What a fantastic maximum break! And the crowd at the Telford Centre gives this young Chinese player a standing ovation, and he gives himself a round of applause. Why not? What a lovely smile. It's nice to see that. Well done, Ding Junhui.
We should be re-looking at formats that have largely remained unchanged since my days in the 70s and 80s, and I think the time is right to look at some different formats now without necessarily interfering with the